Nick Barrucci, publisher, Dynamite Entertainment. We're publishing the upcoming Voltron comic book series, and it's offered now to be ordered, and it's shipping in December.
First, I gotta say thank you. I love Dynamite.
Oh, thank you.
If you guys don't trump like over Dark Horse and like boom, you need to right away.
I need help. You're helping right now. We're getting the word out. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little about the comic? What you're doing with continuity you're following? Are you gonna be doing the vintage like stuff? Or?
It's based on the classic. It's based on the 80s
the American
show.
version, not like the Japanese.
Yeah, more the American version. Yeah, and we brought in Brandon Thomas. I actually had him give me some notes of what he wanted to make sure was said, because the writer's much more articulate than the publisher. So, but we've got Brandon Thomas, who's a great up-and-coming writer. He's working on Voltron for us as well as other projects, but the focus here is Voltron today. And we brought in Ariel Padilla, who is our artist on Green Hornet Strikes. And in addition to that, Alex Ross, Sean Chen, and Wagner Reese are doing covers.
So, with a property like Voltron, what do you hope? What is like Dynamite hoping to get out of the fans? Like giving back, or what are you looking for? Like the media? Like, what are you trying to get? Like, new readers, old readers?
It's always great to get new readers, and that's a little bit tougher these days with the way media is just so fractured. DC Comics right now has done a great job of bringing in some new readers. Our goal is to tell good stories. Our goal, our goal is to tell the best Voltron stories we can. Reward the audience that wants it. Hopefully, tap into a new audience, both inside and outside of comics. So,
now, what about digitally? What are you trying to hope to do? Are you trying to get these books digitally out there as well?
They will be digital.
Same day or after a little bit after the dropping out?
I think the market's ready for day and date. So, matter of fact, it seems to be helping retailers sell more.
It's a good incentive to have, like, Comixology, people like that tend to give, like, you pick up the book from us, we'll get it to this, we're sponsoring this store, they'll pull your books at this store, we'll get it to you.
Absolutely, and it's great. I mean, that's the only way, as far as digital and the physical comics and retailers can survive, by supporting each other. It can't be where digital isn't supporting retail, because without comics being in a lot of consumers' hands, there's still a lot of consumers that want to read them physically.
Collectors, they want to own it.
Collectors read, right. And what you want them to do is to have a great reading experience of the comic. They can talk about it. Then they can tell a friend, "Oh, this is where I got it. Check it out digital." And that's a lot easier to spread the word too.
Now, with the storylines, is there anything you give away? Any major story arcs you're trying to hope to do with the Voltron? Like maybe based on pre-existing stories, or
he loses an arm in the first issue and he dies in the second. No, just kidding. It's something I asked. Like I said, I asked Brandon to give me some notes because he really immersed himself in this. And the reference point that he likes to use is look at J.J. Abrams' recent Star Trek revival. It's streamlined, it's back to basic approach that acknowledges and references the established history while taking the world in a new, more contemporary direction. So he's honoring
more
it.
Adult, maybe?
A little, well, yeah, I mean, it's probably teen plus.
You guys are doing Voltron and Voltron 4 separately books? Or?
No, Viz is doing Voltron 4. You mean the new TV show?
Yeah,
the new TV show is theirs. They're doing manga. Right. And we're doing American comics.
Just the traditional, it's the way people who were grown up watching Voltron would want to read it.
Exactly. And you know what? I mean, I think that Voltron's going to do great. It's got a huge push between being back on TV. Mattel's behind it. I mean, it's going to be out there. So I think that we'll be able to, for us, in little ways, we'll be able to build the audience together.
Now, a lot of companies, like, you guys plan to crossovers between the other characters and maybe Voltron stories, maybe they can do something like that?
You know what? That's always a goal. Don't get me wrong. You always want to say, can this succeed? And if it can, what would make sense? It's kind of like when we did RoboCop Terminator in the last 4 months. Because RoboCop did well, because Terminator did well, you could do the crossover. But we have to make this succeed first.
Right.
Because if Voltron doesn't succeed on its own, there are no crossovers.
Right.
Matter of fact, we're already planning supporting miniseries, but that won't be offered till like issue 4 or 5 comes out. And obviously, it'll be dependent on the sales of number 1. So in November, we'll be pulling the trigger. But even if everything comes together and we do the miniseries, that will end up being, let's say, around April, May, so that fans will have had 3 issues of the regular comic before they see a spin-off.
All right, cool. Is there anything closing you want just to mention that you had some more notes or anything liners? That's it.
Honestly, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. You know, Voltron's important. It's important to us as Dynamite. It's important to everybody in the room.
Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure.